Yo, what's going on, guys? Zeal Mind here, bringing you guys another Dungeon Defenders video. On my camera, that is, not a capture card yet, but in this video, I wanted to cover a setup that I do on this map, the Magus Quarters here. Basically, this setup is a setup that I use to get the giraffe on treadmill, and So basically, right now, I got the first wave here and whatnot. I have 200 mana, so there's no chest left, right? So to get started on what I would. So if this was pure strategy, of course I would have more mana to set up like more harpoon turrets. But I'm gonna show you guys the setup here though. So let's get the harpoon turret down. Okay. And I'm just going to be showcasing this level in general, and then when I go to the tavern, I'm going to show the leaderboard of where I did complete the level with a level like 30-ish somewhere squire, which is pretty amazing considering that you would go through pure strategy on easy mode and whatnot. And now something I also wanted to kind of mention is that when you do, like, if you're trying to go for a draft on treadmill, you can really do it on any difficulty, and you can still get a good amount of upgrades for the draft on treadmill. Like, what I'm saying is that even if you do pure strategy on easy mode and you get past wave 25, you can still get a giraffe on treadmill with 78 or something upgrades. Some crazy number of upgrades is what I'm saying here and whatnot. And so, now, if this was pure strategy, I would not have set up a bouncer blockade because there's more mana that you actually get to use to, build a, another harpoon turret. Okay, so I'm trying to destroy this goblin. Now, don't worry, this is just me doing the campaign on medium difficulty, as you see here and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm just going through the campaign regularly and whatnot, and then, when I do a Let's Play of Dungeon Defenders, I'm definitely gonna showcase me getting a giraffe on treadmill and whatnot. It'll take a long time, well, actually, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure if I'll showcase me getting the giraffe on treadmill, but I'm pretty sure one of these days I will. Whenever I think about recording it and whatnot, it'll probably not be a really good sort of recording and whatnot. Like, what I mean is that I probably won't have an Elgato pulled out if I record that for a special part of my Let's Play, or a part of the Let's Play I'm going to be doing of Dungeon Defenders, but, yeah. So now, it doesn't really matter where you set your harpoons, but, I guess kind of equal out the amount of harpoons that you place down. Like, if you're trying to get down a couple of them on a side, then definitely do that, so. So now I'm going to be saying a harpoon right here in the middle. And you'll notice that I have those two harpoons on the right side faced more towards the left here, and well, that's because if you point them just enough, they can still cover this area, but then they can also cover pretty much this area as well, which is really, really useful, and this is why this is a pretty good setup. You don't even need any bowling ball turrets or anything, you know? Which is the really nice thing about this setup, considering that you get bowling balls at level 11 here and whatnot. But, well, when you're doing pure strategy, I'm pretty sure you would be doing it at a higher level than this. But I'm not even on pure strategy. I'm just, like I said before, I'm just doing the campaign on medium difficulty, just showing you this pure strategy setup and whatnot that I'm doing. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to show you guys the leaderboards at the end to kind of prove it and whatnot. I mean, like, you won't know, like, 100% positively that I pulled out the squire and whatnot for a setup, because, I could have just leveled up the squire right to the level that I mentioned before, freaking getting the leaderboards there, but, believe me, I did, and whatnot, I'm telling you an honest truth of, like, how I could have set up and just, completely said that, like, hey, I freaking did this with a level 3 squire, and you just lie by it, leveling up, and you just end up at the leaderboards at the end, basically. But you will see that I've gone to wave 25 and other things like that, so pretty sure when you see that, you won't think that I'm lying and whatnot. But, like I said, not 100% proof of absolutely that I went through the whole thing with the squire anyways and whatnot, so yeah, that's kind of just what I mentioned here, but I did do that, so yeah. Just trust the doc on that. I'm just kidding. Okay, so this is just another setup. I mean, again, you would have more mana than this. You would be setting up more harpoons, but like I said, I'm just distributing the whole setup here and whatnot, so at the end, I'll pull up the map. I'll even show you guys around just to make sure you can kind of see the setup from both of those angles and whatnot. Especially if you see one angle better than the other, you know what I mean? Kind of like how people are kinesthetic learners or visual learners or auditorial learners and stuff, It's kind of like those. It's kind of like those sort of things, Except it's just point of views, really, So, just covering the main aspects and whatnot. But I don't really have much else to say here and whatnot. If I do think of something on top of my head, then I'll mention it, I guess. But well, something funny I kind of want to mention is that one time I did get a giraffe on treadmill, and I named it Marty the Jelly after I fully upgraded it and whatnot. And also when you're doing a setup, make sure you have tower stats and whatnot. If you're gonna go full out with a squire that's like level 30 and whatnot, like I did, make sure you have full tower stats, not anything else distributed and whatnot if you're going to be doing this. And, it's because if you're doing this pure strategy thing, you only need towers anyways. And plus, I'm pretty sure you don't, like, if you're tired and whatnot, you don't want to, run around killing enemies anyways, right? So that's why I figured you'd upgrade some tower stats. But if you are doing survival and you do feel like running around, I guess you can mix it up and whatnot. Just make sure you mainly have tower stats and whatnot. Just a tip, And I kind of feel bad when I'm giving out tips sometimes, because I like it when people think of their own things and whatnot. But, if you actually needed help and whatnot, then this is something that I would recommend doing. Oh, by the way, I just now remember that I usually have these 2 harpoons in the side middle here pointing towards their directions, like this one's mainly just going to the right here. But it still covers the middle of the stairs, you see there. Like, it covers this portion and whatnot, as you saw the radius thing and whatnot. So, yeah, that's important. Let me see. Really, there isn't a whole lot else to this other than the things I mentioned and whatnot already. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm doing this with no gear again, but I mean, this isn't a challenge anyways, so, I've just been going through the levels regularly and whatnot, so, yeah. Now, the things I do know about my commentary is that I do tend to repeat things a lot. I am fully aware of that, and that's mainly just because like I just feel like I have to make sure I explain things well enough in order to do a good job. Like, I know, like, I can't really repeat things more than like 3 times, or else it gets even more redundant than it already is than just repeating it once and whatnot. But I've just, yeah, it's just a habit of mine that I'll try and get rid of and whatnot, but I'm gonna do the best I can and whatnot to make my commentaries the best that they can and whatnot. And it'll be even better once I get in Elgato and whatnot. So, yeah. So, again, just face these towers towards just enough to where they cover this section here and whatnot. So, and then there's room for 2 other towers. This is the main setup and whatnot, but you'll have 2 towers going right here and whatnot. So, yeah. So once I get enough mana for 2 of those towers, I'll see at the end of the final wave, and then I'll pull up the leaderboards and show you guys my rank and whatnot, since that didn't get corrupted. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the other habit that I do that may, people would not like is that I am tending to talk a lot and whatnot. And well, for the first video, obviously I was just trying to explain things, but I was saying saying so many things at a time and whatnot. And I've been doing that without stopping at a pace and whatnot. I'm just just trying to make sure I cover every single aspect that I can in the video and whatnot. But I think I really did a good job on the commentary in my first video. It's better to explain things than not to explain them, right? And the other thing is that, I just like letting people know what I'm actually doing as I'm doing it, which I think a lot of people actually do too. As a person that's watched YouTube ever since it first started and whatnot, and watching a certain YouTuber ever since 2007, I've just really like those type of commentaries where they kind of let you know what's going on, or they're kind of just acting a bit, And well, what I mean by that is basically, let's say, let's say you're just trying to make your commentaries for fun, right? Well, those are the types of commentaries I like best. I like it when people sound like they're having fun and whatnot, and they just play around with things, you know what I mean? And that's for certain types of videos, obviously where this doesn't really fit in is, explanation videos, like the one I'm doing right now, the pure strategy setup and whatnot, or some people just really like calm people commentating on the games and whatnot, whatever your preference is, like someone's voice or something like that, Really, for me, I don't really care if someone has a certain voice or whatnot, as long as they sound like they're having fun. then that's really the best kind of commentary to me, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So I don't think I have anything else to talk about, so I'm just gonna let this video roll through until I get to the leaderboards or something like that, you know, so yeah, I'll see you guys there. I'm gonna move these harpoons up a bit, actually. Make them hit those enemies over there to make it more convenient. Okay. Oh, I messed up, kind of. Yeah, or I guess you could do this as well. Yeah, of course the setup would be so much better if, you know, I was a higher level and everything like that, but I'm not. Okay, alright. Actually, I'm gonna keep recording because I forgot I'm recording on this, freaking, what's it called? The camera roll. I forgot that I'm recording on camera roll. So, I'm just gonna keep recording this. But I probably won't talk until the very end and whatnot, so, yeah. just an FYI, this setup would be going so much better on the campaign mode if I had a bit more tower damage. Which is quite funny because I'm going to upgrade that right now actually, just after seeing all of this. So yeah, pretty much if you're kind of starting out on the campaign, I definitely would recommend you upgrade the double amount of damage and whatnot every time before you upgrade any other defenses and whatnot, so... or defense points into anything else, like the area of effect and attack rate or health and whatnot. And plus, you could distribute a little bit more health if you want to, but... you guys remember my, challenge video. Health is useless. Just kidding. But, yeah. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna head back to the tavern now and show you guys what I'm talking about with the, leaderboard thing. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that really quick. So, yeah, just go here, just freaking, Magus Quarters, easy. Leaderboards, show you survival mode, pure strategy. So, oh yeah, it did show a, recent attempt that I did with a level, 63 squire. As you could see on the very right, it does say wave 25. I did get there and whatnot, but before I did do this with a level 30-ish squire and whatnot, like I think I started it with level 35 and whatnot. You know, not too low of a level and whatnot, but somewhere around there. I managed to do it with a level 35 square, but... or not level 35, I mean, I don't remember the level, but... yeah, you should see I did get wave 25, and... yeah, when I do Let's Play, I'll definitely show that off, like I said before, and... we can just go on with this and whatnot, so... well, this is pretty much the video. If you guys enjoyed my setup and whatnot, definitely try it on pure strategy when you're a higher level with higher defense stats and actual gear and whatnot. If you want to, be my guest. But yeah, this is it for the video. So if you guys enjoyed this, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe, stay tuned for more. Peace.